Hatred and jealousy, the destructive duo. How is it possible that two distinct feelings can cause the life of another? This case is one of the first of its kind. Ladies and gentlemen, think back to a time in your life where you have been jealous of another person. Now, think about how you treated that person. What lengths were you willing to go to in order to seek revenge? You may be thinking you gave them a cold shoulder, or ignored that person for a day, or even made a few sly remarks. Likely thoughts. But what if your actions were more serious? So serious that a person is now dead because of them. How would that make you feel? The defendant, Antonio Salieri, is here on account for blasphemy to the second degree against Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, the beloved and world-renowned musical genius that no longer is able to be with us here today. Blasphemy means that whoever takes such deliberate actions as to knowingly cause the death of another person is guilty of blasphemy. It is because of the destructive duo, hatred and jealousy, that Mozart is dead. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Miranda Tiona, and I am here to stand up for you, the people of Austria. Now, these are the facts. Salieri is the court composer for Franz Joseph, the King of Austria. He can be found at the piano with the king, showing off his talents and teaching the king his music. Now, Mozart, who has written his first opera at the age of 6 and is 17 when he is introduced to the king, then replaces Salieri. It seems only natural that Salieri then becomes acquainted with yet again the destructive duo. Salieri decides to give up wine, women, and parties to prove to the king that he is the best composer in all of Austria and that Mozart is a fake. Knowing that Mozart is having financial problems, Salieri, relying on his wide circle of contacts, convinces Mozart's creditors to foreclose early on his various debts, and even has music teachers recruit Mozart's students. He is now forced to work double and triple overtime to produce more plays and operas in order to pay off some of these debts. And because of the pressure, the music isn't up to par with what it should be. Salieri then tells the king that Mozart is slipping, so he decides to decommission the new opera that Mozart is working on. Lastly, Salieri tells Mozart that he has arranged a 1-year contract for him to write plays for the new king of Siberia. According to Salieri, he is to leave to Siberia with his wife within the next 48 hours. He then lies and tells Mozart he is required to take this job by the king's demand, who unknowingly to Mozart is out of town for a month. In order to make him and his wife leave sooner, he then arranges for thugs to threaten them the next morning. They virtually had to leave town with the clothes on their backs. After this, he then takes his life because of the series of events stated before. Jealousy is a tiger that tears not only at its prey, but also its own raging heart. This case eliminated the prey of Salieri forever. I hope that throughout the testimonies you will see that the defendant, Antonio Salieri, is indeed guilty of blasphemy, knowingly causing the death of another, against Mozart, the second degree. Thank you.